You're up to your eyeballs in debt. The bills are piling up and you're desperate. That's the situation Juniper found himself in when construction of his new home was delayed. In that moment, he turned to Solve My Debt Now. It was the biggest mistake he's ever made.
Deeply regret ever coming across these people.
What's happened? You're accused of causing substantial consumer harm.
Yeah, we have been accused of that.
This Solve My Debt Now and its director have allegedly made lots of families' lives much worse.
It promised freedom from debt, an easy way to lighten the load, handing over the hard work to Solve My Debt Now and its director, Marilyn Mansfield.
I felt like an idiot, to be honest. I felt that I did something really, really stupid.
But while customers struggle, Mary Marilyn has been sunning herself abroad.
You seem to go on lovely overseas holidays while your customers seem to be struggling and saying that they're being ripped off.
Well, I think that that's a perspective.
Juniper O'Malley found himself in financial stress earlier this year when the construction of his home was delayed.
When I saw what they advertised that they managed to save $40,000 out of one of their clients, $80,000 in debt. So I thought, oh, maybe this is the way to go.
He signed up, desperate for help to keep his head above water. But after a few months, he got that sinking feeling.
This all started on February 2024, and so far they saved me $508 of my total debt, and I've already paid them $7,312 in fees.
The cases are particularly concerning. Solve My Debt Now, we're taking money from people who already were in financial stress and not passing on those payments to their debtors.
Now, the financial consumer regulator ASIC has Solve My Debt Now in its sights, starting legal action in the federal court accused of causing substantial consumer harm. Stephanie Tonkin from the Consumer Action Law Centre.
We heard from lots of people who had been harmed by Solve My Debt Now, and that's why we made a complaint to the regulator.
Here's what was meant to happen. Customers pay Solve My Debt Now, who negotiates a deal with the creditors. It then makes the payment to clear your debt. But ASIC alleges Solve My Debt Now and its director, Marilyn Mansfield, failed to pass on those payments. From April 2020 to June 2022, ASIC claims Backen Holdings, the operator of Solve My Debt Now, collected $3.6 million from 978 customers, but only paid $1.1 million to creditors. 64% of customers did not have payments made to their creditors, and only 5.3% of customers achieved a debt reduction after fees, leaving majority of customers worse off.
A lot of them tried to follow up with Solve My Debt to no avail, or were told it was a mistake or an oversight and that payments would commence. And unfortunately for some of these people, their debts were not paid at all.
Court documents allege when customers tried to follow up with Solve My Debt Now, they were charged $55 every time as an update fee. Alexandra Kelly from the Financial Rights Legal Centre says its staff were shocked by the number of people making complaints at a time when so many were doing it tough.
These practices do come out more and more in times of crisis. They will pump up their advertising to lure people who are financially distressed.
And a proof?
ASIC is also taking action against Backen's director Marilyn Mansfield, alleging unconscionable conduct, operating without the appropriate licence and making false and misleading representations to customers about the quality and benefit of its service.
To ask you some questions about Solve My Debt Now.
Oh, sorry, we're not going to answer those questions because this is before the courts currently.
Are you going to be fighting the action that's against you?
Absolutely. And we actually deny every allegation against us.
They said that you only helped 5% of your customers.
And that's not correct.
While the ASIC action relates to work done from 2020 to 2022, Solve My Debt Now is still handling vulnerable customers' money. The office address it boasts on its website is closed down, but it is still in operation.
Are you a debt vulture, Marilyn?
That's an allegation.
You seem to go on.
While her customers struggle, Marilyn has been living it up on luxurious overseas holidays.
What do you say to customers, though, that say that you have ruined their lives? You're a debt vulture.
If anyone goes onto our website currently and looks at our Google reviews, we have 4.9.
But some of those reviews are paid for. These Facebook comments show Solve My Debt Now gives incentives for reviews.
You don't need to touch the camera.
Hey.
We're just asking reasonable questions about some upset customers who say that they've been taken
All
advantage
allegations,
of.
as you know.
ASIC are bullies. They have lied in any interviews that they've done with me. They've lied.
Did you fail to make consumer payments?
Absolutely not. There's a spreadsheet that's completely incorrect that was lodged at ASIC. It's a 3.5-year bullying exercise of ASIC of us.
So they're completely in the wrong here and you're completely in the right.
Absolutely.
All your customers would be happy.
And we're currently in business. ASIC has not closed us down. Absolutely disgusting behaviour on your behalf.
As is what ASIC has alleged you've done.
They should be shut down, their license revoked, and everything else cancelled from their end.